Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Swampy, your God Goblin, and today we are going to be doing magazines and how to paint them. So, it's really jarring when you are literally running around and seeing nothing but nice, clear, see-through mags and all your ammo. Now, it's got its advantages because you can know how many rounds you got left. Or, you can be running around something like this. Looks cool, will go with your blaster's paint job and won't be so jarring, in my opinion. Or of course we've got your standard NERF dart mags. So, how can you do this without gunking up the works of the mag? Masking tape. So, first things first, you're going to want to prep your mags. So, if you've got basically fully orange plastic mags, so it's all literally, there isn't anything clear at all, very simple, you will be masking up the top bit and this open slot and the mag hold slot. If you've got magazines like this with a clear open side, you can try something a little bit more interesting and giving yourself basically a load window to tell you how many rounds you got left in your mag. So, go with that method because that way both bits are done. Load your magazine. This is a little 12 rounder, so and so we have a reloaded 12 mag. Now, the reason I've loaded this gives me an idea of how far down I need to leave this loading window so that all you're going to see are darts. Next up, take your masking tape and cut a nice long strip off. Just got to cut. Much like any other kind of tape, it helps to just tidy off the back once you're done with it so that you don't have to go hunting for the end when you come back to using it again. So, going to take tape, and I'm going to use this nice central rib as my loading gate, or my ammo gate per se. So, start at the bottom. And try and ensure that you keep it nice and straight all the way up to the top of the mag. Okay. Gives you a nice rib. And now I haven't taken it all the way to top because we're going to be covering the top of this in a second from about there on up. So, next up, empty the mag. Okay. You now have a nice empty magazine with an idea of how much it requires to properly load the mag. We're going to take some more masking tape now, and we are going to basically cover the end of this blaster, this NERF mag, in a similar fashion to this. Now, if this was Blue Peter or something like that, this would be where I'd be going, and here's one I made earlier, but I don't have enough spare mags for that. So again, lengths, take the side of your mag and pick something that you know is going to keep it nice and level. So maybe my personal choice is where the front, each side of the mag meets each other. So it gives you that. You then wrap it round, try and keeping it level to the same point on the other side. Now, it's going to take you a couple of cuts to do this properly. So that's one cut's worth. At this point, if you want to, as soon as you get really good at this, you can just find yourself an edge of a surface, cut yourself enough lengths to do the job in one hit, and then just pull off the lengths in one. But I'm doing this, cutting lengths as we go. So that's giving you around the edges. You still got to cover in this top. That'll take at least 2 pieces. Again, you're doing the same thing, getting lengths. Making sure they don't try and wrap round and cover each other. So I'm going straight over the top. Give us that, leaving us with a gap here and a gap here that just need filling in. Now, as to where you can get masking tape, B&Q, places like that will sell it. Most local hardware shops should sell it, that sell painting supplies for painting and decorating of your house. I would definitely always suggest using actual masking tape as opposed to trying to substitute in sellotape or gaffer, because those things, when they're coming off, will just feel nasty and leave a lot on your NERF mag, which could jam when you're trying to load and unload your mags from your blasters. So, we have the top, we have our loading gate. Last little bit, we have a little indent here. This is where your blaster will lock in with your mag. Now, it's up to you whether you want to fill that, make it so it doesn't actually get painted. I'd prefer not to, because it's just another component that can wear, and it's an obvious wear point. So you don't need a massive piece of masking tape for that. You only really need something about yay big, which is roughly 1.5 to 2 centimeters squared. I tell a lie, you need a little bit bigger. This is probably where measuring it should have helped a little bit before. I'd never bothered measuring how much it takes. So conversely, I've never really bothered finding out. So, and done. Got masking tape here, and masking tape down there. So that's how you'd prep a dart magazine. Prepping up a rival mag, a little bit different. Now, I don't do the whole loading gate on rival magazines because 90% of the time they're either going to be halfway up and in your trigger guards, or mounted somewhere you can't really see them easily to go check, and that's how much ammunition I've got left. So, the only thing on this you need to do is this lovely orange section at the top. Now, as opposed to doing what I did earlier and cutting, we're just going to take the blaster mag and wrap around and use the top of the orange as your guide. Always make sure you go a little bit past the last bit before you cut. Right. Crumple in the top. And then have a look to see how much you're going to need to cover that bit there. And cut off that. Now, the springs in most rival magazines don't require this being filled. There's a nice little thin strip that sees into it, but the mags on these, the mag springs are pretty good, so you should be fine. So that's 2 magazines prepped for spraying, or at least priming. So we're going to skip on, and in the next video we're going to be covering priming. So this way I can cover priming a mag, priming a blast at the same time, because they're technically the same thing. So I shall see you in the next video. Have a good evening, and keep your guys healthy and safe. Bye.